Okay, have and have not fans. This video is addressing a question I've been getting a lot on Twitter and Facebook, and I believe I've spoken about this topic in multiple videos. And if I'm not mistaken, I even made a video on the topic itself. Is Wyatt Cryer really dead? As I've said time and time again, it wouldn't surprise me either way if he is dead or if he is alive, just because, again, since, as Jim pointed out, were there any doctors or anything? To my knowledge, there were no doctors or ambulance or hospital or anything that checked on Wyatt to see the cause of death, if he's really dead, or if the drugs have him some kind of coma. I mean, the fact that we're getting so much hype in terms of, next week David goes to the hotel, they turn the body over, and Jennifer actually goes over to the Cryer house. If I were a betting man, I'm pretty sure the cliffhanger ending of this coming episode will be when Jennifer knocks on the door saying that she's here to talk to Catherine. Man, here's my thing. I was rewatching some old episodes, and I was watching episodes specifically in regards to when Jim put Wyatt in jail as Norman, just to teach him a lesson in terms of, oh, you want to, testify against me, you want to go to court, let me show you a taste of what's actually will happen if you testify against me and get placed in jail. And what got to me was the fact of how, if Wyatt really is dead, Jim must feel like crap right now. I really want to say the other word, but I'm trying not to. Just because if you think of it this way, and correct me if I'm wrong, the last time that Jim saw Wyatt prior to, Jim going to jail after he gets, if I'm not, wait, does he get, yeah, before he gets arrested by Jennifer Salison. And, wow. I'm sorry, I'm just like, I was rewatching the episode this week, and it really got to me because it was so powerful. Remember when Jim was distraught and angry that due to Terrell being paid off by Veronica to let Toxic in Wyatt's cell to rape him, one of the last times that Jim saw his son Wyatt alive, assuming he's dead, was when Wyatt was begging him to get him out of prison or jail. And then Jim goes to kind of sulk by himself. He tells the guards to leave the room, and that's when he really breaks down. Then he drives Wyatt home, and during the drive, Jim really wants to love his son, but that conniving part of him wouldn't allow him to do it. It was more of, okay, did you get the lesson I was trying to teach you, which was this is what happens if you testify against me. You're going to not drink, do drugs. You're not doing that anymore. You're going to sober up. You're going to behave. You're going to get a job. So pretty much he had to go into that dad mode. Well, I don't even call it dad. More of a, excuse the French, but as Catherine would say it, the son of a bitch that he is, pretty much lay down the law instead of comforting his son. That's why when Wyatt got home, he's like, hey, Jeffrey, pick me up. I got to get out of here. My parents are crazy. But I really do feel bad for Jim. Believe it or not, I do feel bad for Jim, even though he's making his own choices, and that's what's leading to this destructive path that he's on. So when he gets that news from Hannah that Wyatt is dead, it reminded me a lot of when Amanda died. Because remember, the last time that Jim saw Amanda alive, he lied straight to her face when she asked, hey, are you and Candace having an affair on the front steps of the mansion? He flat out denied it, lied to her face. That's when she ran up to her room and locked the door. And that was the last time Jim saw her alive. Now you look at how Wyatt was, where he pretty much caused his own son's death. Yes, there were many contributing factors, such as Jennifer giving him the money, which he used to buy the drugs, which caused the overdose. But if Jim would have gotten Wyatt out of jail when Catherine, remember when I believe it was either right before or right after Jim pretty much beat the crap out of Professor Cannon in the school parking lot, they went to see Wyatt, and then they left. Catherine said, we need to turn around and get him right now. He's like, no, give it a little more time. I'll come back to get him. If Jim had turned around like Catherine said and got Wyatt, they would have gotten him out in time before Toxic was placed in a cell and he got assaulted. I mean, really, it's just like the right. Again, when I first watched the episode, and I thought about this a few weeks ago, I thought about it, but I didn't. It didn't really resonate the way that it is right now. So, props to Tyler Perry because again, I do give the show some negative points in terms of there are a lot of unresolved plots, and we keep getting all these new plots, all these questions before we get any resolution from previous plot points. But I do give props on this because it resonates from season to season of how these halves, well, not just the halves, but everybody making these choices, they eventually had to pay for their actions. So that's why I really think that the deaths of his children by Catherine are so painful to Jim because as Catherine pointed out after Amanda's death, that, he pretty much might shed some crocodile tears or alligator tears, and then the next morning he'll put that gel in his hair, pop his collar, and act like everything's fine. But in those moments, I wonder if Jim ever resonates, hey, I lied to my daughter right to her face before she killed herself. Hey, I put my son in that position, and that's why he got raped and all that stuff. So, again, I just want to get your thoughts. That's why I'm making this particular video. Do you think that Wyatt Cryer is actually dead? Because again, I don't know if he is, because one of the main reasons we haven't seen any official like detectives, police, or doctors or ambulances is because the hotel owners don't want to give the hotel that bad reputation that it already has in terms of teens and young adults coming there and getting high on drugs and dying, giving the hotel a bad name. If Wyatt is alive, do you think that Jim and Catherine will turn things around? Honestly, I'm just, wow. Do you think Jennifer will die as a result? So, again, I can keep going because this topic is just so deep to me. Because, again, just in this moment, this weekend, I actually kind of fully absorb the power of the writing and the characters that bring it out. And honestly, if Wyatt's dead, do you think that Jim will actually start to be a father to his children by Celine? Not to mention, we haven't seen Celine in quite some time since Jim went to get even with her after her television appearance. So again, let me bring this video to a close. It's running a little long, so this is one topic I definitely want to get your thoughts on. So please do not hesitate to comment below, share it, subscribe for more videos, because again, the more I look into the old episodes and see how some of the themes and topics run to where we are now in season 4, it just gets me hyped. So I'll see you all next time.